So let's talk about internal marketing. So I thought this was a good time to actually talk about what internal marketing is. A lot of our doctors talk about wanting more word of mouth referrals, wanting more, internal marketing, getting our patients to refer more. So I wanted to break down a little bit about, from the business perspective, what internal marketing is. So basically, internal marketing is a sales technique used by companies that treat employees as customers to help them make all components of the business function harmoniously and deliver a clear message. That's a lot of gobbledygook, but let me explain what that means. Basically, that the companies, our dental offices, treat us, offer a culture, teach us all the systems and all of the things that we need to deliver to our patients so that we're all delivering the same level of customer service, dentistry, what we do for our patients. So the reason we do that is because internal marketing is based on the idea that customers' attitudes towards a company are based on their entire experience with the company and not just their experience with the company's products. So if you've been on any of my other webinars, if you watched any of my videos or read any of my articles, you know that I talk about this all the time. Patients don't judge us on our dentistry. As much as we'd love them to, they judge us on everything else. How we answer the phones, how easy was it for them to schedule? How nice were we when they walked in? How did the consultation go? So all of the things that we do, front office, back office, assistants, hygienists, dentists, everything we do when the patient's in the office with us or on the phones with us really is internal marketing. We're doing internal marketing. And if we have everybody on the same page and everybody's working towards the same goal, and we're always treating our patients with the best possible care we can and giving them the best customer service, that's really what is going to help us improve our internal marketing. Now I'm going to talk about specific things we can do in the office today, but this is really important to me because if we aren't, as a team, all on the same page, if we're not offering the same level of customer service, if we're not talking the same message to our patients, it's going to be really hard to get our patients to talk about us. It's going to be really hard to get our patients to go out and want to share their experience that they've had in our office. So if anything, if you're looking to get more word of mouth referrals, more reviews, more people talking about your practice, and it's not working for whatever reason, I would sit down with your team and talk about this a little bit. Talk about what is it that you guys do to set yourselves apart? How do you as a team work to make sure the patients are getting a clear message and everyone on your team is offering great customer service? Because you're only as strong as your weakest link. So if you're amazing in the front and then we have a dental assistant who's short with the patients, or we're having a bad day and one of us snap, at each other in front of the patients, that really is going to affect our internal marketing. So we have 10 things that I want to talk about when it comes to internal marketing. And I've kind of already started about this, but this is probably the biggest thing I can say. If you want your patients talking about it, you have to earn it. People aren't going to go out and just talk about how great the crown fits, on their tooth, or how tight the margin is, or how great the filling feels. They are going to go out and talk about the service that they got. They're going to go out and talk about the staff and how they were treated. So if your patients are not getting exceptional service, why are they going to go out and tell others about you? We have to make sure we're doing whatever possible to get our patients to talk about us, because people are just not going to go out and talk without them having a reason. So we have to make sure that everything we're doing, and we tend to get busy, we tend to get stressed, we tend to get overwhelmed. We've got the insurance company, we've got the doctor needing something, the hygienist needing something. But at the end of the day, the patients are our resource to get others to know about us. So we have to always put our patients first. If they don't talk about you about the service, if they're not talking about your good service, they're out there talking about your bad service. And if you go online, you should be watching our online presence, but if you go out and look on the internet, the number one complaint on the internet about dental offices is the service, how they were treated in the front, how we handled the outstanding statement and the insurance and the downgrade. So we have to understand that if our patients aren't out there talking about us in a positive way, there's a chance they're out there talking about us in a negative way. So we have to make sure that we're doing everything to make it positive. And we have to realize that our patients expect more now from a dental office. I mean, I didn't work in dentistry. I'm sure there's some people on this phone who were in dentistry a lot longer than I've been. But, back 20, 30 years ago, when you went to the dentist, it was much like a medical office. You went in, you got your dentistry, you left. You didn't expect a lot of extra. But now patients do. They are expecting great customer service. They are expecting to have the technology and have the service because they're paying more out of pocket. I mean, insurance companies have not increased what they pay us, but we charge more. I mean, I just had a new patient yesterday who came to us, and the reason he left the other dentist is because of the staff. He says, I love the dentist, but the staff, they're never, responsive when I come in. They're always whispering behind the front desk. They can never answer my questions correctly. So even though he loved that dentist, he's now coming to us because he saw really good reviews and heard really great things about us. So it's really important that you have to give the patient that wow experience from the first phone call. And I have another webinar that I talked about this where it's easier said than done. I get that, when there's 42 things going on, but you always have to remember that if we're not getting the patients coming in, then we don't have a job. So we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to get that excellent mark on customer service. One other thing, and you guys, I'm kind of preaching to the choir here, but you guys get the concept, is everybody on your team should be sharpening their customer service tools. And what I mean by that is we spend a lot of time in the dental industry working on our clinical skills, going out and learning Invisalign and learning, how to assist better and how to talk to patients about perio or diagnose better, which is great. We want to always be improving our clinical skills. But how much time and effort has your team spent on sharpening their customer service skills? And that's really the foundation of what Front Office Rocks is built on, is to make sure that we're always keeping those customer service skills at the forefront. And one of the things that we've started doing more with Front Office Rocks now is to have you realize that training doesn't happen just once. You should continually be training because we fall out of habits. We were doing really good at standing up and greeting patients and shaking their hand and introducing ourselves to them. But then over time, you just get busy, you forget about it, and now we're not doing what we used to do in the beginning. So I recommend that even if you're not training a new employee, have your team sit down and watch some of the videos at a huddle or at a team meeting, or spend an hour a month, in front of some of the videos that we offer, just to make sure everybody is always sharpening their tools, because it's important that we're always remembering that customer service is number one.